Hey everyone, if you guys are new here, then welcome to the Cozy Cauldron, and if you're returning, then welcome back. So today we're doing a month ahead September reading, so what can you expect to happen in your month of September? So I got these little cute, tiny fall-like decorations for each group. So group 1 has a little pumpkin. Group 2 has, oops, group 2 has a sunflower. And group 3 has a little maple leaf. So I have the timestamps below for you to skip ahead to whatever pile you feel drawn to. Take as much time as you need to meditate and pick a group. It's okay if you feel drawn to more than one, or if you want to watch all three. There's no hard rules to this, whatever you enjoy and find that resonates. Real quick before I start with pile 1, I just wanted to say that I am feeling a bit under the weather today. I have seemed to catch a cold, so if my voice sounds different, a little more hoarse, or just not as it usually sounds, it's because I'm sick. I hope to get over it soon, but I really wanted to get this video out for you guys. I'm super excited for fall, and I hope you all are too. And I will be starting off with group 1. Hey group 1, if you guys chose the pumpkin, the little cute pumpkin, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the upper left corner, and we'll get started off with some tarot cards. So today I'm using the Everyday Witch tarot deck, and we're just asking the question of, what can you expect to happen in the month of September? The Page of Swords just flipped out, or more so flipped over. The Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups just came out. Now I'm going to get one more tarot card and then we'll move on to some oracle cards. We got the King of Wands. Okay, let's do a Moonology card. There's a big full moon coming up at the end of August, which is pretty exciting. Ooh, you got 2 cards flipped out, or actually 3 cards flipped out. Okay, I'm going to take all 3 of these, which I don't usually do, but I feel drawn to. So you have look at the bigger picture, a fiery climax approaches, and don't let your past hold you back. So let's put these all around here. Okay, I'm going to get a Green Witch Oracle. You guys got Divination, which is chives. Cool. And I think I'll grab a few tea leaf cards and then I'll try and rearrange everything so hopefully it's all in frame. Oh, you guys got Lily, which says spiritual love. And I'll get maybe one more. Ooh, dog. Dog close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Okay. Now, give me just a second to rearrange things a little bit. I want to make sure all the cards are mostly in frame so you can see them, whatnot. Okay. Now just give me a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then I'll get started with your reading. Okay, group 1, so one thing that is really sticking out to me immediately is how all of your tarot cards, all 4, are from each different suite. So you got a Swords card, you have a Pentacles, you have a Cups, and a Wands, which I think is very cool. Now, what I'm getting from that is sort of a message that your month of September is going to be pretty well balanced. I see it being very busy because you have all these different energies going on, but it's also well balanced. I feel like your sort of intellectual pursuits, communication, things of that sorts, quite like on top of things, as well as finances are getting in check, or maybe you're in a really good place. I see you could find yourself having a really nice intimate time with loved ones and family, and you're definitely having really creative, strong experiences in the month of September. Lots of powerful, like, I think you'll be better at leading and leadership in September. So if you have a project or a job that revolves around you being a leader or leading a group of people, I see you having a really good month wherever, whatever in your life involves you needing to lead a situation. So it's really nice because I definitely see you have a lot of different things going on that I feel like are sort of, some are changes with this look at the bigger picture and fiery climax, and some are just like things coming together in your life that makes everything feel a little more peaceful and calm. Because with this Six of Pentacles and this Ten of Cups, I feel like you will be reaching a point in September where you have enough material well-being and emotional well-being to share and give to others. So your cup is full, so to say, like you are feeling emotionally good, and financially you may be feeling very content, or in other ways that can be considered material or earthly. It could also be that you feel very grounded in September, and as a result you can really share that grounded energy with others around you. But it could also be, like I said, that you're just in a really great place financially, you're in a good place emotionally, and as a result there's a sort of steadiness to your month. There's a lot happening, but it's not, I don't think it's overwhelming and chaotic, which is interesting because you do have a full moon in Aries, which is a fiery climax approaches, but I don't feel like that has to do with your emotions or the stability of your life. I feel like that has to do with a conclusion, like you're reaching a certain point or a certain goal with something, and it feels very exciting. That's what I'm more so getting with this. Because with this King of Wands and Page of Swords, I really feel like with the Page of Swords specifically, you have been pursuing learning something, some new skill maybe, or networking is coming through with the swords. Like you've been maybe learning quite a bit about networking, or you've been studying something new, something that you're very interested in, very passionate about. And I could see that you could be reaching a sort of milestone in whatever you are studying. Maybe you set a certain goal or milestone, like, oh, once I achieve this part, then I'll feel like I have not necessarily mastered, but like gotten better. I can tell that I've gotten better. So I can see that you may be finding at some point in the month. I feel like I'm getting strongly towards the end of the month, like the end of September, last week or so. You could be really seeing the progress very clearly on whatever you have been working on. Like you reached that goal that you set. Because I feel like it's a smaller goal. Like you've set many different goals in sort of a large grand scheme of things. Like, oh, I'm going to achieve this, and I'm going to move the line a little farther back and try to achieve that. And I feel like you're going to be sort of achieving that, one of those goals, towards the end of the month. And I think it's going to give you a great boost of confidence and energy to move forward. But with the don't let your past hold you back, I could definitely see that maybe you could find yourself being prone to sometimes self-sabotage. Like, you might not be used to things going super well or being super calm. Like, I get the sense that maybe you're used to life being more chaotic, but in September, things could be very idyllic and calm with your relationships and your financial status and what you're learning. Everything seems to be going quite well. And I could see that perhaps you're not used to that. You're used to some sort of chaos. And that could cause or tempt you to maybe stir the pot a little bit, or maybe self sabotage in a way. Like, I'm getting suddenly in my head the words of imposter syndrome. So I don't know if you experience imposter syndrome where, you know, you work hard towards something and you achieve something and you're like, I don't deserve this. I'm not as good as everyone thinks I am. But you are. You have been working really hard towards learning something or doing something. And with this King of Wands, you have or will be reaching a point where you can lead in some way or teach others about this thing that you have been working on. So, you know, if you do find yourself getting some imposter syndrome, I'm getting one, don't let your past hold you back, and look at the bigger picture. I think if you find yourself feeling that way, sort of step back for a second and really examine the things that you have accomplished and what have led you to where you are now, to help reaffirm yourself that you deserve to be where you are. You do know what you're doing, and you deserve to have calmness and success in your life. Now, with this divination card, I'm getting that there's a loud plane going by. I hope you can't hear it, but back to this divination card. I'm getting the sense that because everything in your life seems to be in a really good balance, as a result, your intuition is going to be pretty strong in September. I think you're going to be like, you're going to have a lot of gut instinct and feeling about what you need to do in order to have success or maintain this sort of stability. And so I think, listening to your intuition within the month of September is really important for you. Though I do want to clarify, because if you do find yourself having imposter syndrome or maybe some anxiety, you know, sometimes people who have these worries can mix up or worry about anxiety being intuition. So, like, they're worried their worst case scenario will come true because they worry that is their intuition telling them that. And I'm getting very strongly to mention that your intuition is not going to be telling you anything like bad or like you're going to fail or this and that. That's your internal fears. Your intuition is going to feel very calm. It's not going to evoke a ton of intense emotion. It's going to come in like a clear, calm message. And you'll know it in your gut. Like, it's not going to feel like anxiety. You're going to know it in your gut that it is true. And it's not going to be something that would be considered bad, So, yeah, your intuition and messages from your guides and ancestors, they're, loving messages. They're never going to be anything that are going to harm you. So, if you have trouble with that, try and keep that in mind during the month of September when, if you find your intuition being much more sharp. I'm also getting suddenly in my head, pay attention to your dreams. I feel like you may be, with these 2 full moons, the divination card, I'm getting that you could be getting a lot of dreams that could give you hints about steps you could take to further whatever you're learning or, maintain a sort of balance or, things like that. I'm getting your dreams are important to pay attention to. And right as I was saying that, I started getting a bit of chills. So definitely pay attention to dreams. Maybe keep a dream journal during September. I think you could gain some valuable insights on things you may not notice going on in the month of September. Now with the dog, okay, good. The dog and the lily, I'm definitely feeling like those have a lot to do with this Ten of Cups and this sort of emotional contentment. I feel like you have found yourself, or you will be finding yourself in September, in a really good place with those around you in terms of relationships. I feel like with this dog card, I'm getting that perhaps you have a friend who does not live close to you, and I'm getting that they could be visiting you in September. Sorry about that, my phone alarm went off. But back to what I was saying, with this dog, I have the feeling that you could have a friend or a loved one who lives kind of far away, or maybe they don't even live very far away, but I get that someone may be visiting you this September, and it's going to be a really wonderful time of socializing and becoming closer with this person, because I feel like you are very close with this person. I am getting strongly, though, that they don't live very close by, but I'm getting that you will have a visitor, or someone will be visiting, or you will be visiting them, something of that sort, where you get to catch up with one another, and, I'm getting the phrase, just like old times. So perhaps you get to do things with this person that you used to do. And it's just a very enjoyable experience that I'm getting told that you should be in the moment with it and enjoy it fully. Try not to think too much about your other obligations when you are taking this time with someone you're visiting or spending time with. I don't think you'll have a hard time balancing that, but I'm just getting to mention it. You may be very excited about some of this progress with learning or work, and you're just being encouraged to, keep balance. So when you're with loved ones, try your best not to spend your entire time thinking about something else that you could be doing. Now with this lily, which is spiritual love, I get the sense that, if you are single, you could be meeting some people who you feel very spiritually connected to. And this could be not just romantic. I'm also getting that this could be friendship. Like a very close friend or someone that you may meet that you become friends with in September, who you feel a very strong spiritual connection with. I'm also getting that, if you have a family of your own, or if you're in a relationship, or even just with your current friends or your family, you could find that you're sort of in sync with those around you. Like perhaps you and your loved ones are talking and you kind of have the same thought at the same time about something. I feel like you're very connected to those around you in a sort of spiritual level. And I think this is something to really enjoy and take advantage of, because I have a sense it'll be bringing you a lot of soothing energy, a lot of healing energy by spending time around those you love. But yeah, group 1, this is a really pleasant reading for September. You guys are very balanced with, it seems, all areas of your life. So if you don't feel balanced right now, I could see in September you could be coming into balance. And it's just a very calm, productive time for you. And your intuition's going to be very strong. You're going to be reaching some sort of goal. And, really take the time to cherish and treasure your moments with those that you love. And you could have a friend visiting you. But yeah, group 1, I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you gave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey everyone, if you guys chose the sunflower, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put this up in the corner, and we're going to start off with some tarot cards. So today I'm using the Everyday Witch tarot deck. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. I love the art. We're asking the question of what will happen in September for you? What can you expect to happen this September? So group 2. You got the Knight of Wands. You got the Three of Cups. And the Page of Wands. Let's get one more. Oh, that jumped out very dramatically. Okay, let's see what it is. It's the Eight of Pentacles. I love this card. I think it's so cute. She's working in her little shop. Okay, I'm gonna do some oracle cards now. I'm gonna start off with some Moonology. Okay, these two cards flipped over. You got New Moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe, and New Moon in Aries, it's time to take action. Now I'm gonna get a Green Witch Oracle deck, or Oracle cards for you guys. Let's see. Gratitude, Pink Rose. And I think for your last Oracle cards, I'll get some Tea Leaf cards. You got Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. That's very interesting with this New Moon in Aries. Sort of like taking action. Let's get one more. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. That's very nice. Okay, I'm just gonna move things around a little bit so everything's in frame. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then I'll get started with your reading. Okay, group 2, so I'm seeing September as being quite sort of more exciting for you. With these two Wands cards and this Eight of Pentacles, I'm getting the sense that in September you are starting to take action towards something that you have been very interested in doing, but I think you've had some anxiety around starting it or worries about being able to accomplish this thing. I feel like this is something you are very passionate about and you have been wanting to do, but it feels like this Tiger card says, it feels risky. But I feel like you've been thinking about it for some time. Like I'm getting the sense that throughout August and July, you've been, and maybe even before that, you've been thinking about it and how you want to do this thing. It could be a creative pursuit, it could be something entrepreneurial, it could be even just, learning a new skill. It's something, especially with this Eight of Pentacles, you're definitely going to be working on something or learning something. And I get the sense that it feels kind of scary, but in a bit of an exciting way, kind of like the Fool card. But with this, you and your loved ones are safe, it's a sort of encouragement that, as uncomfortable as it can be to step outside your comfort zone and try something new, just know that, you and your loved ones are safe as you go out and to leave your comfort zone and try new things. You will be okay. Your loved ones are okay. Everything is all right and will be all right. Because I don't necessarily feel like this thing that you will be taking action towards is a huge life changing thing necessarily. I feel like it's more so something that feels it's like a battle for you to overcome or something you are overcoming within yourself. And what I mean by that is I'm getting the sense that perhaps you maybe have issues with perfectionism that makes you feel very anxious about learning new skills. Like the sort of mentality of, if I'm not good at it from the start, I don't want to try at all. There's a loud car going by today. There's so many loud vehicles. I wonder what that could mean in terms of messages, like maybe with Mercury or just lots of movement happening today, especially while I'm recording. But like I was saying, it feels like, if you have perfectionism, you would have experienced this before. I've experienced this a lot, where it's a sort of severe anxiety towards not being good at something, which can feel very hard to overcome and make it difficult, to enjoy things or try out new things because, you can be very in your head about, oh, but I'm not good at it. Everyone thinks I'm so bad at this, or you may be very hard on yourself. But if that's the case for you, I'm seeing you really confronting this in September. And despite the sort of discomfort that may come from pursuing this new thing, you're pursuing it anyways. Because I feel that you're very passionate about it. And with this needle and thread card, a sincere wish will be granted. I feel like you're very strongly being encouraged by the universe, your guides, your ancestors. They're really encouraging you to step outside of your comfort zone. This feels like maybe a new thing for you, a risky thing for you, but you have so much encouragement around you from your loved ones. Like with this new moon in Cancer, I'm also getting not just that you and your loved ones are safe, but also that you have a lot of more support around you than maybe you realize that really want to see you do well and grow as a person. And so they're going to be very encouraging for you and stepping outside of your comfort zone and pursuing this thing. With this Three of Cups, it could be that you have a group of friends or, family that you are very close with that will be encouraging you a lot along the way, that will be helping you through this situation, being there to give you advice and, encourage you. So you have a very positive environment around you in order to pursue this. So if you do have that, now's a great time, to take action. Now, if it's not so much about perfectionism and a fear of trying new things, I could also get the sense that it's maybe something for you that feels more risky. For example, it could be that you are trying to start an Etsy shop for the first time. Maybe you've thought about it a lot and you're finally taking action in September. You're like, okay, I thought about it for long enough. I want to step out and try it. And there's this sort of unknown around doing that is, if you were doing that, you don't know how long it may take to get a sale. And you don't know how much time you're going to have to put into it to see a return or, situations like that. You don't know what's going to happen. But like I said, with the perfectionism example, you're being strongly encouraged to take a step forward. Take the risk, so to say, or step outside of your comfort zone and try this thing you have been thinking about a lot, because it's sort of like everything lines up perfectly in September for you to pursue the opportunity. Like everything lines up in just the perfect way. And you're being encouraged to not let that opportunity go by. If you see that happen, where whatever you're trying to pursue or do, if you see that, oh, this is the perfect timing to do this, everything lined up, I'm getting for you to seize that opportunity and go with it, even if you maybe don't feel all the way prepared or everything you'd want to be, because what's coming through with me is just, getting started. The hardest part is getting started. It doesn't have to be perfect in order for you to put it out there or get started with it. You don't necessarily have to have everything laid out perfectly. I get the sense that you may, just get started and figure out things as you go a little bit. Of course, have like a little bit of a plan, but I'm getting the sense that maybe you've procrastinated this, starting this thing, because you feel like everything isn't the way you want it to be, or like, oh, I need this lined up and I need this thing. But in reality, what you really need is to just take that step forward and get started. It's kind of like when I wanted to start this channel, I was like, oh, I want to do this and that, and I don't want to make a video until I have these very specific things. And then I had a tarot reading that I watched, and they gave me kind of the similar message where it's like, you're using excuses of, oh, I don't have everything I want, in order to not start this thing. It's like you're never going to have necessarily everything perfect at once. So just start it and go for it, and make adjustments as you go. So I'm getting that too as well for you is if you don't see things perfectly lining up or the opportunity being right smack there, perhaps it's just, starting it to begin with, and then the ball will start rolling. Now I'm getting this Eight of Pentacles. This is definitely going to be a bit of a learning experience for you, where you are going to have, maybe little hiccups and unexpected changes to whatever you are pursuing. But I'm getting, take advantage of that. If you have hiccups or things don't go the way you planned, take that as a learning opportunity if you can, and really study, oh, how could I have handled that differently, or things like that. Try your best to push aside any sort of feelings of discomfort and perfectionism, and just be open to the experience and learning. Because with this Knight of Wands and Page of Wands, I feel like this is very, exciting time for you, and it's full of, possible new experiences. It could be something that helps you meet new people too, where you find yourself, making new connections and, putting yourself out there more. And you're being encouraged, as hard as it can be, to try and embrace the unknown of this situation and look at it objectively as, a learning situation, but also as the way to get to where you really want to be, or a way to change your life to better fit what you desire. Because I do get the sense that this thing that you have been thinking about and wanting to pursue, but have been, worried about taking action, it is something that you are very, passionate about and you enjoy. I feel like it's something that could bring a lot of fulfillment in your life. So it's definitely, be open to it, because I think it'll bring you a lot of learning experiences and fulfillment. Now, this gratitude card, I kind of want to read the booklet for it, so I'm going to grab that. Reading it intuitively before I open the booklet, I'm getting the sense that, in order to keep your spirits high as you start taking action towards this thing, try your best to write down everything that feels like a win, so you can look back at it look at your progress in the future, and also just, really, I guess, hype yourself up around the situation. Write down the wins that you have, write down the things you're excited about. And, you know, I'm also getting the word express gratitude to those around you who are encouraging you and providing you support. That came through very strongly with this Three Cups. And the gratitude card is, express the love and gratefulness you have for those around you who are very encouraging. So let me find the page for this pink rose. Okay. So the oracle meanings are: there is a reason to be thankful, and help is on its way to balance energies. Pink roses will show you that ways to happiness are opening for you, and there will be a reason to be joyful. Something of value is in focus at present. This could be an exchange of a gift, a windfall, or the sale of a large item, or simply discussion around it. Okay, I like that a lot because it reminds me of what I was saying earlier about an opportunity presenting itself that is really kind of that like sign to say, like, you need to pursue this, you need to take action now, because this opportunity is right there. And oops, that was loud. Yeah, the opportunity is right there, and it's sort of like a gift to you from the universe or from your ancestors. They're sort of helping you towards this thing you have been thinking about a lot. Like, maybe you could have been sort of manifesting this, an opportunity for this, and now in September, this opportunity is available. You've manifested it, and now it's there. And that's a lot with this Three Cups. I'm feeling that it could also represent the support, not just from those around you, but the support from, your guides and ancestors. I feel like you're very much surrounded by love in September and support in many different ways. And that is something that you should try to remember and keep in mind as you go through this journey. And don't be afraid to lean on it a little bit or ask others for some support as you go through this, because it is a very wonderful change that is occurring, or that you are starting in September. But, change can always be, a little stressful even when it is good. So if you do find yourself feeling a bit overwhelmed or just confused, don't be afraid to ask those around you that you're close with for some help, for some advice, just for some comfort. And this also includes your guides and ancestors. Don't be afraid to ask them for advice or, just things that you need to know about the situation, because I'm hearing that they really want to help you and they are available, for you. Yeah, group 2, I hope this reading resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey group 3, if you guys chose the maple leaf, then this is your reading. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. And we're going to get started off with some tarot cards first. I'm using the Everyday Witch tarot deck today. And we're asking the question of what can you expect to happen in the month of September? What will happen this September for you? Oops. You guys got the Justice card. Oops. The Strength card, 2 Major Arcana. the Five of Wands, and let's get one more tarot card. The Three of Pentacles. Okay. Now, I'm going to grab some oracle cards. I think I'll start off with the Moonology deck. You guys got the answers you need are coming. And let me get a Greenwich Oracle card as well. Wisdom, Bay Leaf. And lastly, I want to get some tea leaf reading cards for you guys. You got the Arrow, which says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Let's get a few more. Wall, which says misunderstanding, which is really cool with this Five of Wands and Justice card. And I'm going to get you guys one more, actually. Oh, two cards came out. You got Wheel and Decisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, and Dog Barking, advice from a friend. Okay, so I'm just gonna arrange the cards a bit so that hopefully they're all in frame, or I can get them all in frame. Put the wall up there. Okay, and give me just a second to breathe in, take in the messages, and then I'll get started with your reading. Okay, group 3, so I rearranged the cards a little bit more, but what I'm really seeing for your September is, now I don't know if this is something that has happened in August or if it's going to be happening in September, but with, the misunderstanding card, with the Five of Wands, with the Justice, I feel like, especially also with this Three of Pentacles, there has been some sort of disagreement resulting from a misunderstanding and some aspect of your life that is causing some conflict. I feel like this could be work related, or it could be, I'm getting like maybe you were working on something with friends and disagreements occurred, or something of that regard. It could also not have to do with anything of work or a project, but it could just be perhaps in your friendship group or with those around you, there has been some sort of misunderstanding, and as a result, there's been a lot of maybe arguments or rude words being said, I'm hearing. So, what I'm getting is there's been a bit of misunderstanding of maybe something you said or something you did. Like, I'm getting the image of, the game Telephone, when people go through and say something and it gets really warped over time. I feel like that is something that may have happened for you. Or I could see it where someone maybe saw you as a threat to something, like maybe their position, or maybe they felt like you were taking their friends, or whatever, something about it. Someone could have seen you as a sort of threat to something they feel possessive of. And as a result, that could have resulted in someone saying things about you that aren't true, saying mean things about you. Maybe they started an argument in some sort of situation. And this could have, caused you a lot of frustration. That is very frustrating if people say things about you, or say you did things or said things that you didn't do. But I'm getting with this Justice card and the Strength card, you're really being told, through this situation to maintain your personal strength and stay strong in it in the face of adversity, and maybe in the face of, I could see maybe you've experienced being shunned a bit due to some of the things that have been said that aren't true. Now, with this arrow of how it says you're on the right path, I feel like in that regard, you're being told that this whole situation is going to be sort of some benefit to you. Even though right now it's very maybe chaotic, there's like this overflowing cauldron and it's quite annoying, this is helping you towards the right path, because I find it interesting they have the wheel and the arrow, and the wheel very much talks about, this sort of indecisiveness. So perhaps this sort of disagreement could lead you to change something that you have been pursuing or something that you've been spending your time with. And it's sort of redirecting you onto maybe a better path. Like perhaps the people who have started this sort of drama in your life are not really people you want to spend a ton of time around, or maybe a particular person is not very good for you. And this sort of situation is confirming that for you, that it's okay to move on from the situation. It's okay not to get involved in this drama and just, head in a different direction. Now, with this Justice card, I'm really getting that, as annoying as it feels and you're not in the wrong, I'm getting, just be patient and, the truth will come to light. Karma will be dished out to those who deserve it, good and bad. And, this is going to clear up and end in your favor. Those who are not being kind to you in the situation, or who are doing you wrong, who are saying mean things about you, as annoying as it is, it's going to come out and favor for you, because I really get the sense that you didn't do anything. Really, it's kind of just like the wall says, a misunderstanding that has been blown out of proportion. And I feel like with this answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini, I feel like you could probably be experiencing a lot of confusion around this situation. Like, on the tone of like maybe friends, if this is a situation of friends, I could see that maybe you feel a bit betrayed, or you don't understand why they're acting this way. And I could see that maybe these people are being a bit immature and not being very open about whatever has bothered them. And as a result, it's, you don't really know why you're being treated this way. What the answers you need are coming. I think, soon in September, you will get a sort of explanation as to why this adversity has started, why this conflict has started, what perspectives each person has on the situation, what misunderstandings occurred for those to, cause this drama. With this Three of Pentacles, I'm really getting the sense that out of this group of people, there are a few who are very much either on your side defending you, or are more impartial to the situation and think, this is a bit traumatic how these other people are being. And I could see perhaps they are working with you or sticking by your side through this situation. And those people who do that are the true ones you should keep around you, is what I'm getting. Like, it's like this wheel and arrow thing I was talking about earlier, where there were sort of people in your life or something around your life regarding this situation, and it wasn't leading you in the right path. It wasn't what you need in your life. And this sort of conflict and arguing and things of that sort is sort of weeding out the people who do not have good intentions towards you, and highlighting the few that are genuine friends or genuine people who want to see you do well in life and aren't aren't jealous or, anything like that. And that's what really ties together for me with this dog barking, advice from a friend. I'm getting also this Three of Pentacles. You could have a friend that sort of helps you through this situation, gives you advice on maybe how to deal with it, and what you can do to, I guess, cope with the situation. Because I feel like with this Five of Wands, it feels very petty and childish, whatever conflict is happening. And I feel like you're above that and you're more mature than that. And I imagine it's quite frustrating to see these people that you trusted or worked with or considered friends suddenly start behaving in a way towards you that's not so kind based on, baseless rumors or something someone said who was jealous of you. But like I said before, as difficult as it may feel, it's sort of a moment for you to clear out people in your life who don't have good intentions towards you as you thought, or maybe are energy vampires or just are rude or unsupportive. It's almost like I'm getting the saying of you never know a person's true character until you give them power. I'm kind of getting the sense of you are seeing a lot of people's true character in this situation. It's it's like the light is being shown on all these shadows and you get to see what is really there. Now, I want to read the booklet for this Bay card really quick, so I'm going to grab that. I feel like that ties in closely with the advice from a friend. Like someone around you has gone through this situation or can view it objectively and can give you advice that will help you navigate through this sort of chaos. Okay, so the oracle meanings are external assistance should be sought, which can take the form of personal consultancy or research. You do not have all the facts or the facilities just yet, but are still in a good position. That's very interesting how it says you do not have all the facts yet, but the answers you need are coming. Bay indicates success through diligent application and also heralds new romantic relationships. Be wary of speaking your mind without care of others around you, as you're not going to be the most knowledgeable or experienced. Okay, that could also give some insight onto what caused this conflict to occur. It's like I'm saying maybe a sort of like telephone type game situation occurred where you said something and it was taken out of context and sort of spread through a line of people to where it got so distorted, it's not even what you said anymore. I'm getting that as something that could have occurred. And with these people, instead of like going to you and asking you about it, they kind of immediately like jumped on the train of shunning you or saying awful things about you, which is really quite irrational and not very nice. So I like how it says external assistance should be sought. It really does make me think of that advice from a friend card where someone you know has gone through a similar situation that you'll be going through or are going through right now in September. And they will be able to give you advice on how to handle the situation diplomatically, where you really are the mature one and you maintain your face, so to say, while the people who are being rude to you are being much more childish. Now, this could be several different scenarios. I'm getting the two strongest ones I'm getting are friendship, such as maybe you had a community or friendship group and there's been some sort of trauma in regards to that. But I'm also getting that it could be work related, or perhaps this just came through strongly where perhaps you have a coworker that often depends on you to help them with their work to the point where you should have their position and perhaps you put up boundaries or some sort of boundaries have been put up, and that has angered a person to maybe act out in a certain way. But it's going to turn out well for you. Those who have sort of wronged you in this situation, it's going to come to light how you did nothing wrong and that you have maintained a sort of maturity and reasonable level-headedness through the situation. I'm also getting that it could be family related. Perhaps if you have a very large family, there's some sort of misunderstanding or miscommunication that is causing a lot of uproar, and it definitely could be focused around you or choices you have made. But I'm getting the things that are being said about you, they're very much scrambled from the truth, and maintain your strength through this situation. Stay true to yourself. Know that you're not in the wrong in this situation. The truth, the light will come through and reveal the truth, and you'll get the answers you need to understand why these things happened. Now, group 3, I know this is very specific message, so if it doesn't resonate, maybe pick a different pile, but I'm definitely getting that strong sort of readjustment, so to say, in the people around you in your life in the month of September. Something occurs that makes people show their true colors towards you. And as difficult as it may feel to maybe be shunned a little bit, it's going to turn out in your favor in the end. And it is allowing you to weed out the people in your life who do not have the best intentions towards you. But yeah, group 3, I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all next time. Bye.